ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्या सम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। So we were in the 32nd Vakya of the Swayam Jyotir Brahmanam. So here the Atma Swarupa is being taught by Yajnavalkya to Janaka, where the word Salilaha Ekaha Drashta Advaitaha Bhavati Yeshaha. So the Salilaha is used to show that it is Shuddha, like water, pure. Then Ekaha Advaitaha. All these words are also used with reference to the Atma. The important thing is there is no Eva here. Like previously, whenever Dvaita was mentioned, there is an Ivakara is there to point out that Dvaita is only Mithya, but Advaita is the Satyam. So here it is simply saying Salilaha Ekaha Drashta Advaitaha Bhavati. And this Bhashya also we saw. Bhashyakara clearly said that Avidyaya hi Dvitiyaha Pravibhajyate. The second itself is coming only from Avidya. And this Bija Avidya is there in deep sleep also. That's why you get up. And in fact, the entire Anatma is Avidyatmakaha. That is how it is said. Even Sureshwaracharya also says the same thing. If you read the Vartika, the Brhadaranyaka Vartika, in the Taitriya Vartika, even in Naishkarmya Siddhi, the second means the multiplicity itself is caused only by Avidya, and anything else other than yourself is Anatma, correct? So the entire Anatma is Avidya Karya. That's how it is presented. And Bhashyakara also is saying the same thing. Avidyaya hi Dvitiyaha Pravibhajyate. Only due to Avidya there is a second thing. In fact, all the Upadhis, whether it is the Brahma Upadhi, that's the Hiranyagarbha Upadhi, or up to a grass, let us say, all the different conditioning factors, because all body, mind, sense complexes are all different upadhis. They are all avidya karya. And whatever chaitanya which is manifest in all these upadhis, that is the individual conscious being. That individual conscious being is not separate from the consciousness, which is which is the basis for all these individual conscious beings. So it is like there is only one space, but we can talk of countless pot spaces, room spaces, and whatever. Wherever space has been delimited in some manner by some shape, okay, then that space is there. But in reality, space itself is indivisible, one whole, correct? Although from the standpoint of a pot or a room or any other container, we can say that the space is contained. From the container standpoint, space is contained, but in reality, space is not contained. Space is indivisible, it is untaintable also, correct? So, like that only, Atma also we have to understand, Atma is one. But if you look at it as many, whether as subject, object, or even as many subjects and all that, correct? There are many subjects because we think that there are many sentient beings. And then there are countless objects. So once it is divided like that, means it is avidya. Wherever there is only one, there you are seeing many now. Like even in deep sleep, you were one. Ekatvam was there. We saw even here before. But once the dream world is projected there from the avidya, then the many has come already. So in the dream world, you have an entire space-time with a totally divided creation, correct? Variegated creation, but it's all from only one, correct? So the same thing you have to understand, the waking is no different from dream. If you look at it like that, okay, from the standpoint of reality, waking and dream are considered to be similar for us. So even though waking has a certain continuity, but in reality, waking also is equally mithya, like dream. That's what one has to understand. So in the waking, whatever identity you have with a particular body, mind, sense complex is the ignorance, is the manifestation of the ignorance, in fact. And that ignorance has to go away. You have to know that I am this limitless conscious being who may be appearing in one particular body and all that. That is your anubhava, correct, for a long time now. But that is only an appearance. That is not reality. You are not constrained into only one body, mind, sense complex, but you are the consciousness who is appearing in each and every body, mind, sense complex. That is the Sarvatma Bhava. One has to appreciate that. That is Jnana. So that is what is being taught here. And in fact, this Yesha Brahma Lokaha, that is how it continues, correct? So by saying that what Brahman alone is Loka, Brahmaiva Lokaha, like that Bhashyakara gave the meaning here. So this Yesha Brahma Lokaha is actually a Mahavakya, because this Yeshaha means Yeshaha is pointing out to the Vijnana Mayaha, the individual conscious being, and Brahma Lokaha, Brahmaiva Lokaha. For this person, this Advayam Brahma, knowing oneself as this Advayam Brahma itself is the highest Loka. Okay. So and that again is pointed out, in sleep you are Paramatma only. That because there is no, the avidya karya is not there. Therefore, you are embracing your own nature of limitlessness. So there is no karya karana upadhi bheda. That is not that is not manifest there in deep sleep. And there you are one with your own self-luminous Swarupa, Swe Atma Jyotishi, Shanta Sarva Sambandhaha. Bhashyakara said that you are you are disconnected from everything. Okay, all the connections have resolved. Shantaha means here it is resolved. But the thing is, if you don't have jnanam, then it will come back, because there is a bija sitting there. Okay, it is only shanta. It is not gone. If you don't have knowledge, then it will again sprout. Okay. That is why Jnanam alone is the one which can burn this bija. Like that Bhashyakara says, if you read the Mandukya Bhashya, there in fact this particular point is discussed in a lot of detail. So that bija avidya has to be destroyed. The whole purpose of knowledge is for that only. Then Atma is Atma. Atma is not connected to any avastha, in fact. So all the avastha are all again only from the standpoint of the upadhi. Understand that. Atma transcends all states also. That's why Turiyaha, the word is used even in Mandukya Upanishad. Okay, the fourth. But even the fourth counting and all is really only for teaching purposes. Understand that. There is no counting in Atma. Any number and counting also is mithya equally. Atma is Atma. Ekam eva advitiyam. Even the fourth and all, from the three avastha standpoint, Atma is pointed out to show it as separate. Otherwise, you know Atma entangled with all these three states only, correct? Because you say that I am awake, I dream, I slept and all that. So I is connected with all these avastha, but one has to understand I as in and through all the avasthas, but not connected to any avastha. Is that clear? All the avastha are dependent on I. So the waker is I, dreamer is I, sleeper is I. But I am not the waker, I am not the dreamer, I am not the sleeper. Correct? I am Swe Mahimne Tishtati. I am there in my own glory, and I don't depend on any of these things, really speaking. I am self-existent, self-revealing, self-luminous entity. So that is my Swarupa. So this has been taught, hey Samrat. So like this, the king is taught by Yajnavalkya, Janaka. So Katham va Anushashama. I think we were there up to this point. How did he teach this? Means Yesha asya vijnanamayasya paramagatihi. So after Yeshaha Brahmalokaha Samraditi, Yenam Anushashama. So he taught this. Janaka was taught by Yajnavalkya, and then how did he teach? He taught this, whatever this knowledge and whatever you have gained through this knowledge itself is what? Yeshaha or Yesha Asya Paramagatihi. So this is what Bhashyakara is now commenting on. Yesha Asya Vijnanamayasya. So Asya means here who? Again, the individual conscious being. Asya Vijnanamayasya. Vijnanamaya is the one who is identified with the intellect. That Atma, which is manifest in the intellect, you can say, or which is identified with the intellect, or Atma viewed through the Upadhi of intellect is called Vijnanamaya. The Vijnanamaya is the individual conscious being, Karta, Bhokta, and all that, correct? So that individual conscious being, the Atma, from the standpoint of a particular intellect, for that individual conscious being, this is the Paramagatihi. It is the greatest attainment. Okay, you cannot gain anything greater than this. There is nothing greater than this, because this is the very limitless itself. Nobody can better the limitless. So this is the greatest attainment. There is nothing greater than this. Why Bhashyakara is giving reason also. Yastu anyaha deha grahana lakshanaha brahmadi stamba paryantaha avidya kalpitaha. So all the other attainments, because even if you do Vaidika karma, what is said there? That you, after giving up this body, you are going to gain some utkrishta deha, correct? Whether it is a pitru, you go to pitru loka, means there are pitru devatas are there, and their bodies are better than the human body in terms of what you can enjoy. In fact, next week we'll see the Ananda Mimamsa is there. So you can take different types of bodies depending on your karma. And they are right from Brahmaji onwards, Hiranyagarbha onwards, up to a blade of grass. Brahmaji Stamba Paryantaha, all of them are Avidya Kalpitaha, all the Upadhis. Avidya is the Mula Upadhi, correct? Everywhere Bhashyakara says Avidya Kama Karma. So Avidya, the Avidya Karya are all the Upadhis, and in that whatever Chaitanyam is manifest, it takes itself as the individual, it becomes Jiva. And then as Jiva, individual, you think you are limited, then you have Kama, you will have desire. Because you take yourself as a wanting person, you cannot escape from desires. Once desire is there, you have to do something, so karma will come. So avidya, kama, karma, that is the progression. And whatever you do, in karma phala, you may get other different bodies, but it doesn't mean it is not any different. Every one of them is avidya kalpitaha. It's all only due to ignorance. Ta gatayaha. So whatever attainment you may attain, a Deva body, Indra body, Brihaspati's body, Brahmaji's body, all those bodies, Gatis, Ataha, Aparamaha, they are all only Aparama. They are not ultimate. They are not the greatest. Why? Because they are all due to ignorance alone. avidya vishayatva Bhashyakara says. So they are all aparamaha because they are avidya vishaya. Iyantu, but this, whatever you have gained now through this knowledge, correct? Iyantu devatvadigatinam karma vidya sadhyanam parama uttama. But whatever you have gained now, this attainment is greater than gaining any of this deva sharira, etc. Correct? Devatvadi means basically you become a deva. How? By getting a deva sharira. Correct? So by identifying as a deva also, you may think that it is something great, but this is greater than that also. Correct? So devatvadi gatinam karma vidya sadhyanam, and how do you gain all that? You have to do a lot of karma, lot of upasana. So, karma vidya sadhyanam, that which is achieved by doing lot of karma and upasana, but this one is parama with reference to them. This is greater. This is the greatest, in fact. Parama uttama. And what kind of gati you have gained? What is the attainment? With this knowledge, what have you attained? Again, Bhashyakara says, Yaha samasta atma bhavaha. So it is not that you have gained any one special body or anything. In fact, this is sarvatma bhava. You are the very atma of all the devatas also. So once this is sadhyo mukti, once the knowledge is there, nobody can stop the jnana phalam, because you have become the very atma of even the devatas. Even they cannot do anything. Whoever it is, whether it's Indra, Yama, you are the very atma of Yama also. Then what can Yama do to you? Okay. So samasta atma bhavaha, sarvatma bhavaha. You are the atma of all. So it's not about gaining any one body or anything. And there what? Yatra nanyat pashyati, nanyat shrinoti, nanyat vijanati iti. And what kind of attainment? Where you don't see another, because it is Advaita. You are the limitless conscious being, and nothing else is of the same order of reality. Okay. So you are Ekameva Advitiyam Ananda Swarupa Anantananda. So where you don't see another, you don't hear another, or you don't cognize another. Nanyat Vijanati iti, that is the Samasta Atma Bhava. You are the self of all. And that is the greatest attainment. And not only that, Upanishad further, Yeshaiva cha Parama Sampat. So this is the greatest wealth or glory. Correct? Bhashyakara translates Sampat as Vibhuti here. So Sarvasam Sampadam Vibhutinam Yam Parama. Again, with reference to all kinds of wealth and glory, this is the greatest. Why? Swabhavikatvat asyaha, because it is swabhavikaha. Every other wealth, every other glory, you have to gain by doing something. And since they are all karma phala, they will, Nashwaratvam will be there, Dukkha Mishrittatvam will be there. They'll all be mixed with Dukkha. So anything you gain, you think it is giving you joy. But even then, for that, you have spent so much money, so much effort. If you think of that, you feel that how much you have suffered to gain something. So some suffering is involved in gaining, some suffering is involved in maintaining. A lot of suffering is there once it leaves you, because it will leave you, because anything you gain by karma is all anitya. So, but this is swabhavika, it can never go away. It is your very nature. It can never leave you. Swabhavikatva asyaha tritakahi anyaha sampadaha. So Bhashyakara, all other wealth or glory is all, it is all kritakaha, means it all created by karma. So they are all karma phala, but this is swabhavika. Tatha yeshaha asya paramaha lokaha, and also it is the greatest loka also. Because everybody is actually on tourism promotion. So my Guruji used to say that all these theologies are only tourism promotion. Correct? They are promoting some kind of a heaven, their own heaven. Each one has their own heaven, some description of that, what all you can do there, etc. So they are doing only tourism promotion. But this is the greatest tourist place, you can say. So Paramo Lokaha. Why? Because again, ye anye karma phalashraya lokaha. So all other lokas are again, they are all only karma phala. They are all dependent on karma, and they are all actually karma phalas. They are all only results of action. So they are dependent on results of action like punya. So all other loka prapti is dependent on how much punya you gain and how much papa you have resolved, okay, or destroyed. So they are all karma phalashraya, and therefore what? Te asmat aparamaha. They are all not ultimate because of that reason itself. This one, I am to kena chana karmana miyate, but whatever loka which you have gained here, yourself itself is the loka here, correct? So you have gained yourself, that is your loka, and that you have not gained through any karma, because it is your swabhava. You have only gained it through jnanam, means it is siddhasya sadhyam. Means what? You have accomplished the accomplished. It is accomplishing the accomplished. Therefore, it is only through jnanam you have gained, and it is just the recognition that it is my own swarupa. Therefore, it is swabhavikatvat again. Yeshaha asya paramo lokaha. Therefore, this is also the greatest loka one can attain. Tatha yeshaha asya parama anandaha, and also it is greatest ananda. In fact, the only purushartha for everybody is really ananda. Everybody wants to be happy. Everybody wants to be happy in an unqualified manner. You want to be happy everywhere all the time. That means you want ananta ananda. You want limitless happiness, and that is this, because you recognize yourself as the source of all ananda, and this ananda is not limited, it is limitless. It's your own swarupa. So yani anyani vishayendriya sambandha janitani ananda jatani tani apekshe yeshaha asya parama anandaha. Again, all other ananda or joy which you have experienced, all the experiential joy one has encountered till now, it is all, how did you get it? By the connection between Vishaya and Indriya. Shall Indriya Sukha. Or in this mind also you can include certain things like Vidya Ananda and all is there. Correct? In Panchadashi, if you take, this Ananda itself is analyzed a lot by Vidyaranya, but everything is really Brahmananda only. Like that he points out there. So here Vishayendriya Sambandha Janitani means in general sense and sense objects. But otherwise certain Ananda are there only in your mind. That mind also we can take it as, it's also a Karana, correct? It is Antakarana. So whether it is from some sense organ or from the mind, everything is due to some connection only. And there is a manovritti from which you have some Ananda. But since the vritti itself is transient, correct? It is kshanika only. So none of this Ananda can last forever. So compared to them, Tani Apekshya, Yeshasya Paramananda, this is Paramananda. Why? Nityatva. Because it is Nitya. Because it is your own Swarupa, and it is not going to go away anywhere. And Bhashyakara is quoting Chandogya Shruti also here. Yovai Bhuma Tat Sukham. The Bhuma means limitless again. The limitless alone is Sukha. Everything else is Alpa. They are limited, and in limitedness, there is no Sukha really. So, Yovai Bhuma Tat Sukham iti Shrutyantara. Bhuma alone is Sukham. It's Ananda. Yatra Anyat Pashyati, Anyat Vijanati, Tad Alpam Martyam Mukhyam Sukham. So, wherever you see another or no another, and depending on something else, if you gain some joy, correct? Pani Apekshya, if you have some joy, correct? That is all what? The Alpam. It is all only limited. And it is Martyam, it is mortal, means it will, in time, it will go away. It is not primary also, because even but Ananda is nothing but this Brahmananda alone is manifesting through a manovritti. So it is Amukhyam Sukham. Those are all Amukhya Sukha, and it is Martya. But this is what? Idam tu tad viparitam. This is different from that completely. Therefore, what? Atayeva yeshaha asya paramananda. Therefore, it is paramananda. It is the ultimate ananda, but it is not some bliss which you experience. Understand that. We already saw that Vijnanam Anandam Brahma Bhashya. There was a big Bhashya. Why that Ananda, which is a Lakshana for Brahma, does not indicate any Ananda which is experiential. It is Swarupa Ananda we are talking about. So there is no experiencer, experienced division also here. That is the real Ananda. That is why Sushupti is pointed out. Understand that. Where there is no division between experiencer and experienced also. That is the Ananda we are talking about. You are that very Ananda, and that has to be understood. This is purely Jnanam. So, this Ananda is Paramaha. Everything else is Aparama. And not only that, then Upanishad further it goes, correct? So, Upanishad is saying, you can see, Yetasya eva anandasya anyani bhutani matram upajivanti. So, Bhashyakara is now commenting on that. Yetasya eva anandasya matram kalam. Matra means a part. Not really, a part means not even a big part. It is not even, I would say, it is infinitesimal, we have to say. Okay. Yetasya eva anandasya matram kalam avidya pratyupasthapitam. And even this is only due to avidya, because the whole Advitiyam Brahma cannot really be made into parts, etc. Understand that. It is not really a part that way. But only due to avidya, where there is only one rope, you see many parts of snakes, correct? Like that, there is only one Brahman. But even this joy, it is as though an infinitesimal part of that Ananda. So, avidya pratyupasthapitam. That's why it is all only projected by avidya. Visayendriya sambandha kala vibhavyam, whatever you know. When the Vishaya and Indriya come into contact, whatever joy which you experience, that is only an infinitesimal part of the same Brahmananda alone is manifest there also in the Upadhi, and through that only Anyani Bhutani Upajivanti. So they all enjoy that. Okay, they all these beings, whatever it may be, right from Brahmaji onwards up to a stamba, correct? They all live only for this joy, correct? Only for the purpose of this joy alone, everybody is living, but even that joy is only a matra. It is just an infinitesimal part, we have to say. And who are these? Bhutani means kanitani, Bhashyakara. Tata eva anandat avidyaya pravibhidyamana swarupani. So there is only one Brahman, but that one Brahman alone is appearing as many beings. How? Due to avidya, like I said. So again, the beings are all the same consciousness which is manifesting in different body, mind, sense complexes, which are all upadhis, and these upadhis themselves are born out of this avidya alone. Correct? Avidya is the karana for all these upadhis. And avidyaya pravibhajyamana swarupani means what? All these beings are all separated or separately available, appearing only due to ignorance. Okay. Anyatvena tani brahmanaha parikalpyamanani. So that which is imagined as though it is separate from Brahman. Brahmanaha anyatvena parikalpyamanani tani anyani santi. They are separate from each other also. Upajivanti, but they live. Bhutani, all these beings who live. Vishayendriya samparka dwarena vibhavyamanana. And again the Ananda are ones which are all known through this Vishaya and Indriya Samparka, coming together of the Vishaya and Indriya. So whatever is perceived through this contact of the Vishaya, the objects, sense objects and sense organs, they are all living on the fraction of this Ananda which is available when the sense organs and sense objects come together, correct? They perceive Ananda in that, and through that only they are living. So like this Ananda, Brahmananda is introduced here. Now the next, this is a big Vakya, but this is also very interesting. There is a parallel, you can say in Taittiriya Upanishad also, similar Ananda Mimamsa is there. Okay. So same kind of Ananda Mimamsa is done here also to show you that this Brahmananda, how incomparable it is. Okay. Already it was said Paramananda. Now to teach you that, and even Matram Upajivanti was said. So to show what is that Matra, correct? This particular Vakya is there. Next one, very interesting. Sayo Manushyanam Radhaha Samriddhaha Bhavati Anyesham Adhipatihi Sarvaihi Manushyakaihi Bhogaihi Sampannatamaha Sa Manushyanam Paramanandaha. So the Manushyanam Radhaha, one who is perfect or having a perfect body and all that, correct? So even in Taittiriya Upanishad it says Ashishto, Dradhishto, Balishtaha, correct? The one who is Asishtaha, Dradhishtaha, Balishtaha and all that was said there. Similarly here Radhaha, Samriddhaha means again who has lot of wealth. Samriddhi is there, does not have any poverty or anything, does not lack anything, has perfect body and all the resources. And in fact also what? Anyesham Adhipatihi means one who is the Lord of all the other people. Not only lowly people, but even people of your own stature, you are the Lord of all. Means like a Chakravarti. Even among the kings, you are the king of kings. Okay. Adhipatihi, Sarvaihi, Manushyakaihi, Bhogaihi, Sampanna, and also one who is having all the things which you can enjoy and also has the capability to enjoy that, correct? One may have all the enjoyments, but if you are in coma, what can you do? You cannot enjoy anything, correct? So that's why initially it was said Radhaha and all that. So basically you have the Indriya and the Deha to enjoy and all the enjoyments are also available. So Sarvaihi Manushyakai Bhogaihi Sampanna Tamaha means he's got the greatest. Sampanna means one who has all these bhogas, but even in that he has got the greatest. Sampanna Tamaha. It is the, like there it was said, Tasyayam Prithivi Sarva Vittasya Purna Syat. Like that in Taittiriya Upanishad, something similar is said here. And that is, so the person like that, what kind of joy he will have, that is one unit, right? Sa Manushyanam Parama Anandaha. Okay. In here, Bhashyakara makes a very interesting point. So amongst the men, he is the one who is having the greatest Ananda, correct? So that means he should be the Anandi, correct? But the Anandi is referenced as Anandaha here. So this is to just show that even that whatever Manushya Ananda you are gaining is really Brahmananda only is available as this Manushya Ananda also. Whatever this Manushya who has perfect body, all the resources, all the objects to enjoy, everything he has. And such a person who is overlord of everybody also, whatever he enjoys, that also is only a matra of that Brahmananda. So it is said Paramanandaha, Manushyanam Paramanandaha. And 100 times of this person's Ananda. Athaye Shatam Manushyanam Anandaha Sa Ekaha Pitrinam Jitilokanam Anandaha. So those who have gained this Pitriloka, one, the Pitriloka by doing whatever karma, Shraddhadi karma. So they enjoy 100 times even this Manushya Ananda because their Upadhi is Utkrishna. Right? And Athaye Shatam Pitrinam Jita Lokanam Anandaha Sa Ekaha Gandharva Lokaha. So whatever is available, Gandhara Lokaha Anandaha, the Ananda in the Gandharva Loka is 100 times of the Ananda of Pitris. In fact, in the Taittiriya Upanishad, the Krama is slightly different. There from Manushya it goes to Manushya Gandharva and then I think Deva Gandharva, then Pitrinanchira Lokanam, like that, Pitrinanchira Lokaha. And then I think Karma Deva, Ajanajanam Devaha, like that. There the sequence is slightly different. From all this, what we know is the sequence is not really important. Basically, Shruti wants to show you that all this Ananda is only Brahmananda, and Brahmananda cannot be quantified. It is beyond all kind of numbers also. Understand that? Because even here, if you multiply this by 100, what you get is really a big number, correct? So basically, what the Shruti wants to show is this Brahmananda is beyond all numbers also. It is infinite, really, correct? So, just to show you that only, it is taking you step by step. So, here, Gandharva Loka Ananda is 100 times of Pitris also. And then what? Athaye Shatam Gandhara Loka Anandaha Sa Ekaha Karma Devanam Anandaha. Then Karma Devanam Anandaha. Karma Devaha means those who have gained this Devatvam by doing karma and Upasana, etc. That is said here also. Ye Karmana Devatvam Abhisampadhyante. So those who have gained this Devatvam by doing karma, Vaidika karma, etc., Upasana, those Karma Devas enjoy even 100 times the Gandharvas. And Athaye Shatam Karma Devanam Anandaha Sayeka Ajana Devanam Ananda. Here it is only Ajana Deva. Ajana Deva means those Devas who are born as Devas only. They did not, at least in this cycle of creation, they didn't do anything to become Devas. They are born as Deva straight away. Okay. And their Ananda is even 100 times more than this Karma Devas Ananda. Now comes the interesting part. In the Taittiriya Upanishad, in fact, immediately it comes Shrotriyasya cha kamahatasya, like that. But here only it is coming here. After telling all these things, Shruti now it's introducing Yasya Shrotriyaha Avrijanaha Kamahataha Ataye Shatam Ajana Devanam Anandaha. Okay. So now it introduces Yascha Shrotriyaha Avrijanaha Akamahataha. So the Chakara means what? The one who is Shrotriyaha, studied the Shastras. One who is Avrijinaha means one who is pure, means one who doesn't have any papa. Means you have understood that you are not a karta bhokta. Then where is the question of any papa or anything, correct? Sarvam Vrijinam Santarishyasi, like that even in Gita Bhagavan uses this Vrijina word. Vrijina is used for papa. Sarvam Jnana Plavenaiva Vrijinam Santarishyasi. So one who has crossed over all papa due to jnana. Understand here. This is not you have become avrijanaha by doing some karma, like you have done some prayashitta karma and resolved some papa. Even whatever papa you resolve like that, it is never going to become zero, correct? Because all the sanchita karma is countless. So really here avrijanaha means jnanena avrijana. That's what you have to understand. In Gita also Bhagavan says the same thing, correct? Sarvam jnana plavenaiva vrijinam santarishyasi. Only with the boat of jnanam, the plava of jnana, you cross over all the papa because you are not a karta. So like that, the one who is avrijinaha, akamahata, one who is not afflicted by any desire because you don't look upon yourself as a wanting person anymore. That is the greatest ananda, correct? Only if you look upon yourself as a wanting being, there can be any kama. And you can be then kama hataha means one who is literally killed by kama itself, because the very fact that you are taking yourself as a wanting person means you have lost your swabhava, your Your Swabhavika Ananda and all is gone already, correct? And you are now afflicted by kama. But this person, the jnani, is not afflicted by any kama. Cannot be afflicted by any kama because I am not a bhokta, I am not a karta bhokta. So Avrijinaha says I am not a karta. Akama hataha means I am not a bhokta also. Understand that? I don't, in fact, I am not a bhokta, I don't have to be a bhokta. That's the thing you have to understand. It's not only that I am not a bhokta, I don't have to be a bhokta because I am Ananda Swarupaha. That is the jnanam again. This akama ata also only through jnanam it can come. It cannot come by fulfilling your desire or anything. Understand that? Similarly, avrijinaha also you cannot get it by doing some prayasita. Both this avrijinaha, akama ata. Avrijinaha is akarta and akama ata is abhokta. These two things have to come only through jnanam. Jnane naiva. So now that that person has this ajana devanam anandaha. This person also has sitting in the earth only. Let us say wherever you are, you have studied this Vedanta Shastra and you have this. You don't have to go anywhere. No tourism. Understand that. Right here and now, the same ananda you have. And but now even 100 times this athaye shatam ajana devanam anandaha sa ekaha prajapati lokaha anandaha. Okay, the 100 times of this is Prajapati Loka Anand. Then what about the Shrotriya? He doesn't have that or what? No. Shruti immediately. Yes, Shrotriyaha, Vrijanaha, Akamataha. It is also for the Shrotriya and Akamataha. Same thing is there. And then further what? Ataye Shatam Prajapati Loka Anandaha Sa Ekaha Brahma Loka Anandaha. No, finally Brahma Loka, Hiranyagarbha Loka. So the Hiranyagarbha's Ananda is 100 times even Prajapati's Ananda. But then again, what? What about this jnani? Yascha shrotriyaha, vrijanaha, kamahataha. Tatha yesha yeva paramanandaha, yesha brahma lokaha, samraditi hovacha, yajnavalkyaha. So, so here you can see this is even the Brahman's Ananda also, this jnani has. Jnani also has this. Why? Because jnani's Ananda is Paramananda, it is Brahmananda only, correct? And the same Brahma Ananda only is manifest in all these Anandas. It's only a matra. The Brahma Ananda cannot be quantified as, it did not say, see the interesting thing. It did not say 100 times of Brahmaloka Ananda or anything. Is that clear? So that it's not a big number or anything. Any finite number doesn't matter. It cannot be infinity, correct? But we have taken you through all these finite, big numbers. Then you have to make the quantum jump from finite to infinite. This is Paramananda is really Ananta Ananda. So that is the Ananda, this is the Paramananda. And this Ananda is not experiential Ananda, like I said, it is your own Swarupa. Okay. So this Ananda one can gain only by Jnanam. It cannot be gained by any karma. Okay. No karma can give this Ananda. So this absence of desire, etc., understand that it is not something you can by fulfilling all your desires you cannot become akamata. That is one thing I have to say again. Why? Because some people think that there was even Osho and all, correct? They said that why don't you do whatever you want, fulfill all your carnal desires, and one day you will be dissatisfied with all that, and you will get vairagya. But I don't think it's like putting more fuel into fire only. Correct? At some point, of course, certain viveka has to be there, and based on the viveka, the vairagya has to come. And you cannot say that I will keep on feeding all these things. At some point, you have to stop. Right? In fact, you have to see that it's all futile. Correct? Any of these pursuits, whatever may be the pursuit, it's all futile. Really, it is not going to give you what you really want. What you really want is Ananta Ananda. That can never come by that by the uh, by enjoying something, all that, correct, but from some sense object, by the contact of sense organs and sense object, whatever you get, it is all only transient, can never be Ananta Ananta. So now, okay, so here you can see, so this has been taught now again. So Yesha Paramaanandaha, Yeshaha Brahmaloka. So this is the Brahmaloka, Brahma Eva Lokaha, Samrat. Again he says, hey Samrat. So Yajnavalkya is teaching uh, Janaka, Samraditi Hovacha Yajnavalkya. Now Yajnavalkya thinks I have taught him everything. Okay. Soham Bhagavate Sahasram Dadami. So now Janaka says, I will give you 1,000 more cows or whatever you have taught me. Okay. In fact, he has been giving many thousands. I don't know, you can go and count how many thousands by now Yajnavalkya has received. I don't know how did he keep all those thousands of cows and take care of all that. He must have had an army of Sishyas then. So here we have some 40 odd cows in our Goshala. Even keeping that is not easy. But in those days, maybe they had enough pastures and all that to graze the cows, and they were able to maintain. Okay. So here, even maintaining all these cows and all, I don't know how he did. So Soham Bhagavate Sahasram Dadami. Then, but he didn't leave here. He is further asking. Ata urdhvam vimokshaya bruhi ityatraha Yajnavalkya Vibhayan Chakara. So now he is saying, why don't you teach me further for this moksha? With reference to this moksha, why don't you please further teach me? So he is not leaving Yajnavalkya, correct? So he is saying, please instruct me further, please teach me further about moksha. Then Vibhayan Chakara means Yajnavalkya now became afraid. Why? Because he is never going to leave me. He keeps on asking me questions. He will never allow me to finish, I think. Because I think here Yajnavalkya really thought that he has finished teaching him everything. But anyway, Yajnavalkya has given the boon to him, correct? That's how this whole chapter started, if you remember. So he can ask any question like that. He had already given the boon. So he is now afraid that he won't let him finish. So Vibhayan Chakara Medhavi Raja. Raja who is Medhavi, who wants to know. It only shows there that how much of a mumukshu and jijnasu Janaka is. So he wants to learn. Okay. So Medhavi Raja Sarvebhyaha Mantebhyaha Udaraut Siditi. So here, so whatever this very Medhavi means, one who is a you can say an expert or very, very intelligent, smart. And he is whatever everything I know, I think he will not leave it. He will take it away from me. He will keep on asking me questions, and whatever I know, everything, he will want to learn from me like this. Yajnavalkya became afraid because he is not stopping. Okay. So that is how, okay, the Bhashya for this is there. This we will see in the next class. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
धन्यवाद गुरुजी.